But this is the only process that I feel is a selection process. So if you are actually having that capability in your personality, you will be selected no matter who is getting selected or not with you.
Getting to know the process of the SSB. Yeah, to that extent, yes, a little bit of guidance and
Yes, sir.
or coaching, whatever you call it.
Yes,
Absolutely,
yes, sir.
there's no harm at all. Anything you would like to tell the viewers? How much of a difference does it make? Once you are attempting an SSB without being in a job, and once you attempt the SSB being in a job and maybe doing well in a job.
Right, sir. So I've always felt that I should have something before going into an SSB, not just blindly going into SSB and introspecting myself. Where am I lacking? So I've always approached this process in a very top-down approach, like what is being expected of me, and then how can I actually work on that, and then appear before the assessor. So I feel yes, it is very important, and it definitely gives you an edge if you are having a good job or having a good standing or doing well in your life or doing something with your life, not just preparing for this process, because this process is not does I believe it does not require preparation, sir, in terms
The
of.
kind of
Yes, sir.
preparation that we do for written exams.
Absolutely, sir. It requires a preparation in terms of working on your personality, working on your shortcomings, working on whether you are actually working on what you are lacking in, and then you are doing compromising or giving something, working hard to actually compensate for it. So I believe, yes, it is important that you are not showing up there just to tell them ki what you learned in the previous conference and what you have improved in the previous conference. That is not what they're expecting from you. They're expecting what you found in your personality, where you thought you were lacking, and what did you do to overcome that, not what you did to overcome the shortcomings of your previous conference attempt or whatever it is. So I feel like yes, you do need to have something. And I don't think many of the people do approach it like that, and they do take it a sort of very competitive approach. But this is a very different from any of the procedures here in our country. So every other procedure we see is a rejection process, but this is the only process that I feel is a selection process. So if you are actually having that capability in your personality, you will be selected no matter who is getting selected or not with you, and you will be rejected if you don't have it, no matter. They don't have to have select somebody. Batches go wash out,
Yes.
and so that is something that is special in this process. And we do, when we are frustrated, we do tend to like find shortcomings in this. But I do feel that if you actually go dive deep into the concept of this process, then you actually get the gist of it, that what is being once you understand what is being expected out of you and what they're looking for, then you'll I don't think there's even a you know uh, point of doubt where you'll feel like where I'm lacking or where I'm not lacking. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, see, the one important point I would like to make here is, see, one is getting to know the process of the SSB. Yeah, to that extent, yes, a little bit of guidance and
Yes, sir.
or coaching, whatever you call it,
Yes, sir.
is in order. Absolutely,
Yes, sir.
there's no harm at all. But once you have known the process, once you know what is required of you, thereafter, a job definitely helps, particularly if you are in a position, if you
Yes,
are
sir.
qualified enough, you have given maybe few attempts, you've taken a year off or something like that.
Yes, sir.
uh, to that extent also it is fine, right? But thereafter, the kind of confidence that one can get through doing a job, whether it is a part-time job or is a full-time job or it is a freelance kind of a job, where you learn about life, learn
Yes,
about
sir.
how to deal with people, you learn to take failures, you learn to bounce back. So these are the kind of things which only a job will give you, or your engagement with certain activities will give you, rather than merely saying that no, I've been preparing and I'm very sincere, very passionate, etc., etc. I mean, they sound very hollow,
Right. Right.
if you're not keen. So any kind of a job, I feel, does build your confidence. And
Right.
yeah, you're earning, that's another plus. Whether whatever you're earning, it could be
Yes, sir.
small amount or it could be a handsome amount, whatever it is. But yes, all these things, they definitely help build your confidence, and it's ultimately it's about the confidence, right, with
Right.
which you come across. Yeah.
Right.
Anything you'd like to suggest to the aspirants?
Right, sir. So,
Particularly, I mean, I would like you to tell the aspirants who are the engineering graduates.
right, sir. So, for freshers, like for the young aspirants who are trying to get in, I think I feel that I would say to my younger self, that is, get as much information as you can about this process, and then try to be very organic about yourself, and try to calm down. Whenever I was getting into the SSB process, my first time, I know I was very nervous and I was very overwhelmed by all the people around me. So I think that is something that fresher, even the good candidates who have good chance, they lack. And coming to the repeaters, I think the same thing. I see we take a lot of stress, sir. Um, uh, if we are not getting through, we think about things that are absolutely not relevant, and they are absolutely, we also know that it is not the reason that we are getting rejected, but still we start thinking about it. It's natural human tendency. So whoever is seeking my advice, I would say just take a chill pill and just calm down a little bit. It's not that big of a deal, and just get on with your life. Just, I feel, whoever, like, my approach to SSB was, like, I would give it three conferences. It's like a romance. If it happened, if it clicked, good enough. If this was my third conference, and if I got rejected here, then I'll move on with my life. So I think if we go with that perspective, that it's just not end of the world,
Yes.
then we increase our chances much more significantly than we would if we are primarily focusing on this being our goal, end goal. This is what I feel. Obviously, many people have different situations, different circumstances, and different opinions that are formed out of those circumstances. So that is what I have felt that has helped me.
Okay. Right. Any thing you would like to mention about the medical experience that you have had?
Yes, so I got four temporary rejections. One is for regarding the DNS, deviated nasal septum. One was overweight. One was impact wax. And one was on tailbone issue. So all were minor issues, but you have to go through this 42 days period. Then you have to plan your, if you are getting operated, you have to plan your surgeries. So I had to have two surgeries. One was DNS, and one
Mhm.
was the back surgery. So I didn't plan it very well. So in terms of, I got the DNS surgery first, and then there's a resting period. You can't get operated twice
Yes.
at the same time. So I felt that I should have gone with the tailbone issue first. I didn't know anything about anything, any sort of this thing. So yes, I couldn't do exercises either, um, to get my weight go down through
Mhm.
exercises. So I had to depend on just diet,
Diet control.
and yes, diet control. So yes, when you are getting medical out, whenever you are getting TR, first you'll know with your peers that whether it's a minor issue or a major issue. But even if it's a minor issue, start working on it from day one and plan it accordingly, like which surgery you are going to have first, and then resting period and everything. So those things are to be kept in mind during the medical.
Chalo, but the good news is that you finally made it, and
Yes, sir.
that's what matters. That's what
Yes,
matters.
sir.
But yeah, in hindsight, it is always a lesson, maybe,
Yes, sir.
for others, so they
Yes,
can,
sir.
plan it out. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
excellent, and I must wish you all the best for
Thank you, sir.
uh, your merit, and thereafter, your training, etc.
Yes, sir.
So it's been fabulous interacting with you, and having your thoughts on the procedure and your own journey, right?
Absolutely, sir. It was great talking to you as well, sir.
Chalo.
As
Chalo.
always.
Yes. Chalo, okay, then wish you all the best, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.